Alright, let's dive into this because the 2026 American Flat Track Round 12 at Sturgis just dropped some serious heat, and I've got thoughts. First off, Dallas Daniels, what a performance, right? But let's not just skim the surface here. What makes this really interesting is how Daniels came into this race with a chip on his shoulder. He's the defending champ, but this season, he's been playing catch-up to the Harley-Davidson duo of Kody Kopp and Briar Bauman. Personally, I think that pressure cooked something fierce in him, and it showed. Here's the thing, Daniels isn't just a rider, he's a strategist. He knew the track, he knew his bike, and he knew his moment. That outside line gamble at the start. Bold move, but it paid off. What many people don't realize is how risky that is, one wrong move, and you're giving your competitors an open lane. But Daniels executed it flawlessly. And then, when he caught his foot mid-race, most riders would have panicked, but he'd already built such a lead that he could afford to regroup. That's not just skill, that's mental fortitude. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture here. Daniels' win isn't just about this race. It's about flipping the narrative of his entire season. He went from a 3-point deficit to a 6-point lead in the championship. If you take a step back and think about it, this is a turning point. He's not just winning races, he's reclaiming his confidence. And that's dangerous for the competition. But let's not sleep on the rest of the field. Briar Bauman and Kody Kopp are no slouches. Bauman's heat race win was impressive, but he couldn't keep up with Daniels in the main. Kopp, meanwhile, had a wild ride, literally. That near-crash moment. Insane. He saved it, but it cost him. This raises a deeper question. Can these two keep up with Daniels if he's back in top form? And then there's Dalton Gauthier. Royal Enfield's second-ever Premier-class podium. Huge. What this really suggests is that the field is widening, and that's good for the sport. More manufacturers, more competition, more unpredictability. Now, let's shift gears to the AFT singles. Evan Kelleher's first career win. Well deserved, but let's be real, it was a chaotic race. Drane and Chase Saathoff crashing out. That's the kind of drama that makes this sport so compelling. But here's what I find fascinating. Kelleher didn't just luck into this win. He led early, he held off Tyrrell Santero, and he kept his cool when others were losing theirs. That's the mark of a rider who's ready to step up. Speaking of Santero, his second-place finish is a story in itself. He's knocking on the door of that first win, and it's only a matter of time. Braden Fanders in third. Solid recovery after a rough day. These guys are proving that the singles class is anything but predictable. If you ask me, the real takeaway here is how much this season is shaping up to be a battle of wills. Daniels, Kopp, Bauman, they are all fighting for that championship, and with just 4 rounds left, every move matters. Personally, I think Daniels has the edge, but this sport has a way of surprising you. So, here's my closing thought. What makes racing like this so captivating isn't just the speed or the skill, it's the stories. The comebacks, the rivalries, the moments that define a season. And right now, this season is writing itself into the history books. What do you think? Who's your pick for the championship? Let me know in the comments, and let's keep this conversation going.